Hi everyone. We're going to begin here shortly. I am testing out this new, working on a new computer here. I'm not using my original one, so I'm checking to make sure that everything is good to go before we do this live update on the flash flooding potential and whatnot here. I'm making sure that we are live. It looks like we are. Just making sure here. That we're actually live on the right channel. I'm not seeing it so far on here. Making sure that I'm actually live. Yep, okay, there we go. All right, so this is Jacques Williams, meteorologist. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick update regarding the severe weather potential over the next few days, as well as the flash flooding potential across central Oklahoma, southwestern Oklahoma, and south central Oklahoma, as well as northwestern Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma, and southwest Missouri. If you don't know where those spots are, you're going to know in a minute. So, all right, we're going to continue on. So, as we progress through the night, we're going to have a couple of rounds. We're going to have a main round of thunderstorms, some embedded severe weather across parts of southwestern and south central and central Oklahoma. Seems to be the best chance of seeing some of those more robust thunderstorms and across parts of northeast Texas and then the southern central Texas panhandle there. So as you can see right now, as we go through the night tonight, we're going to have a cluster. I've ongoing clusters of multi-cluster single cell supercells across the Permian Basin, across the Texas, southwest Texas area, western Texas area right now, and that's going to progress and congeal into a cluster or a multi-line complex as it progresses a little bit closer to the southwestern Oklahoma area as we progress through the nighttime hours, and you're going to see that here on the HRRR forecast model. And some of these storms could be producing some tornadoes, some embedded tornadoes, QLCS, quasi-linear convective system, with some embedded rotation in some of these storms here. And as we progress through the night, these are going to be very, very heavy rain producers. We're going to have potential for some flash flooding with these storms as they progress through these areas, and potentially train over the same area. So what I mean by training is these storms are going to be moving over the same areas generally. And let's see here. So as we progress through the night, you can see a lot of activity across central and southern Oklahoma up to the Tulsa area, 44, Interstate 44, Oklahoma City area. And this is about 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. And then as we progress through the morning, Sunday morning, ongoing pretty good shield of heavy rain, moderate heavy rain with some embedded storms in there as well. And this is going to be a pretty decent rainfall event for parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas and southwestern Missouri and parts of southeastern Kansas, parts of northeastern and northwestern Texas, as you can see there. So I'm going to go ahead and back up over here. So this is during the early morning and early afternoon hours on Sunday. We're still going to have quite a bit of activity, and this is where we're going to have the next round start to develop of severe weather across this area right through here. My cursor is right there. And that's going to go over generally the same areas as we have a stalled frontal boundary right through here. And we're going to have multiple rounds of severe weather, multiple rounds of heavy flash flooding, heavy rains, high winds, and generally going over the same areas. Now, the severe weather potential for Monday is right through here. Monday afternoon, evening. We'll have more of damaging straight line winds from Seneca, Missouri down to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and Muskego, Oklahoma, up to the Rogers, Arkansas area. This would be for Monday night for a complex that may evolve and track off towards the east-northeast out of Oklahoma. This would be more for damaging straight line winds as this progresses through the area, generally weakening as it gets south of the Springfield, Missouri area. Generally weakening, but I do expect this to be, a straight line wind, straight line winds being the main primary threat with this. And then as we progress through Monday morning, see how we have these still training over the same areas, under areas that have already received copious amounts of rainfall. And then we have round number 3, Monday, very early Monday morning, Monday afternoon. We're not going to really get a break across this area. Maybe a few breaks, but not a lot in between rain. And Monday is also a severe weather day for southwestern Missouri, northeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas, and parts of extreme southeast Kansas. We're talking about the Pittsburgh, Kansas area, the Galena, Kansas area. Then we're talking about, Webb City, Joplin, down to Seneca, Missouri, down over to Rogers, Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma area, Muskego again on Monday afternoon, for a line complex that, depending on the evolution of this line complex, varies significantly due to the fact that we will have rainfall ongoing across this area in the early morning hours, which will contribute to a potential more of a stabilized atmosphere out ahead of this line complex. We'll have to see how fast we can get some clearing or a little bit of clearing out ahead of this line complex as it progresses east-northeast during the day on Monday. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the dew point profile here. And we're going to go for tomorrow, which is Sunday. Today's Saturday, so we're going to be talking about tomorrow, Sunday. So we're going to see a stalled out front right through here. And this is going to be an outflow boundary that's going to be stalled out. And then we're going to have another potential, looks like maybe it's not mixing very well, but we're going to have a little bit of a dry line right here. Not a sharp dry line, but we could use, any storms that develop on this side tomorrow. We're talking about just to the east of Lawton, Oklahoma, and south. Any storms that develop in this general area tomorrow have a pretty good chance of becoming severe, generally east of this corridor right through here where you see this line right through here. So anything east of this generally has a good chance. This is what I usually like to call maybe like a triple point. It's kind of way it's looking. It's not very pronounced. So it looks decent. But any storms that do develop will be in this general area. Any robust, any more fully matured storms will be in this general area right there. And then as we progress, that kind of degrades, that atmosphere kind of degrades with time. And then we start to have a surge of moisture. And then we start to have more of a pronounced line start to develop, as you can see depicting here on the moisture dew point forecast model. And all the way up into that area, all the way up into southwest Missouri there. So a lot going on. Now, we're not looking for anything we're not looking for a lot of organized severe weather, But the potential is there. The atmosphere is there. Everything's there for some severe weather, a couple of severe storms. We're most likely in parts of northeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas, southwest Missouri, and extreme southeast Kansas. The biggest impacts are going to be flash flooding as well as damaging straight line winds, and the potential, if we do have any type of tornado develop, it's going to be a embedded QLCS tornado, meaning that it's going to be inside that line, a couple of those line segments as they come through between tomorrow night and Monday evening. So between that time, we're going to have round one will be tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon in this general area, progressing off towards the east-northeast, and we're going to have round two, which will be Sunday afternoon, and then Sunday through Sunday afternoon through Monday morning. Then we're going to have another round three, Monday early afternoon through Monday night. And then we're going to go ahead and get to the precipitation here. And this, we're going to back up. So this is a forecast model, HRRR, so things are going to change. But, so we're going to fast forward. We're going to fast forward to, this is through tonight and through Sunday morning. Okay, this is Sunday night. This is tonight and through tomorrow morning. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. This is pretty significant here. So we're going to, wherever you have these storms that are training over the same areas, that's where you're going to have your higher accumulation of rainfall and your higher rainfall rates per hour. But I do expect to see some areas that, are prone to flooding, that they should probably experience some type of flooding throughout the night tonight and early afternoon tomorrow and tomorrow morning, especially across the central Oklahoma area and extreme southwest and south central Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, and extreme northern Texas area right through central northern Texas right here. So, and up also leading up into the Kansas, extreme southeastern Kansas area, maybe the Bartlesville area, Galena, Kansas, let's see, Chanute, Fredonia, a couple of towns to name off that may experience a little bit of morning flooding in the morning on Sunday morning, as well as Arkansas City, Kansas, Oklahoma City, depending on where the storms set up and where they train. You could see a little bit of flooding depending on now if it sets up on Oklahoma City, or Tulsa, depending on where that line of thunderstorms that are training sets up. Could cause some morning problems there. Now we're going to progress on through Sunday evening, Sunday night. Wow, you can see, look at those totals. So, this is near the Oklahoma City area. These are just a forecast model, so it's going to change. But generally, it's a pretty good, consistent agreement among other forecast models. So the consistency and the accuracy of this forecast is pretty good. So as we're seeing a general consensus agreeing on the forecast amounts. Now the heaviest is going to occur from Sunday into Monday, and then Monday night into early Tuesday morning. So, and as you can see, we got Springfield, Missouri over here, between 4 and 6 inches for Springfield, Missouri. I'd say Monette, Missouri, probably 4 to 5 inches. And then parts of Joplin, 5 to 8 inches of rain. When you get down into Rogers, Arkansas, about 4 to 5 inches for Rogers, Arkansas. And anywhere from Galena Point southwest into the Bartlesville, Oklahoma area, Muskego. We're talking about Tulsa area, could vary between 5 and 9 inches of rain, maybe locally higher amounts of 10 inches of rain between Sunday night and Monday night, depending on where you get some of those heavier training thunderstorms. And then Oklahoma City, from Oklahoma City south and east, from Oklahoma City south and east, we could be looking at rainfall amounts considerably higher, depending on where those tend to set up there. So just a couple of names to go out, a couple cities, a couple different forecast amounts for each city generally as well. So multiple rounds between tonight and Monday night for parts of central Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma, southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, southeast Arkansas, and parts of north central Texas, and parts of northwestern and parts of southwestern parts of Oklahoma. So, gonna be a busy couple of days and whatnot. I won't be chasing any of these rounds because they're not very organized. They're not very organized. There's not a lot of organized severe weather. The atmosphere is going to have enough energy for severe weather, but not a lot worthy of my time to go after, given I'm looking at some of the data. I mean, yes, there's going to be some severe weather. Yes, there's going to be some damaging straight line winds. There is a potential for a few weak tornadoes, maybe one or two strong tornadoes during the day tomorrow across parts of southwestern Oklahoma and northeastern Texas. So we'll have to see how that verifies, depending on how fast that precipitation can get out of there and for the atmosphere to destabilize. So, and generally, what we like to look for is we like to see some type of clearing. So we can kind of maybe see if there's a little bit here. Now, this forecast model is average cloud cover, right? So this is the HRRR forecast model. So we're going to go through the day on Sunday. And you see we do have a little bit of clearing there. But this is about 4, 5, 6 o'clock Monday. And as you can see, I don't think we get quite enough clearing. We'll just have to see how it shapes up tomorrow. Just have to see how it shapes up. But I don't think that we're going to have enough clearing in time to have, to destabilize the atmosphere. Nonetheless, we're still going to see some severe storms throughout the night tonight and some potentially strong damaging winds across parts of Oklahoma and northeastern Texas. So keep that in mind. And this concludes this weather update. And if you guys remember, always like and subscribe to the channel. We do live chasing, do cross-country live chasing throughout the year. This time of the year, it kind of varies. I'm not going to be targeting any of these setups this week for this system because it's just messy. I don't really like it. So, but other than that, remember, hey, subscribe and follow, and we'll be putting out some more forecasts here and there throughout the next few months as we kind of have a few of these peaks in the season and whatnot.